Well, that was an adventure in technical troubleshooting. Right before the show, right after. I'm glad I tested it as early as I did. I tested it probably about 20 minutes before the show started. And then I got into a troubleshooting frenzy until now. It's all done now. Everything seems to be working. Why it stopped working, I have no idea. It's the technical nightmares of multi-streaming to many platforms and dealing with many interconnecting parts, if you will. So sorry I'm late. I hate being late to my own show. It looks sloppy as hell, but it's just the way it works. I mean, I'm a one-man show, and all of this is my responsibility, and which is fine. I accept that, but sometimes I just can't account for the gremlins and the machines that just happen to show up every once in a while. So I do apologize. I don't mean to keep you guys waiting. And I saw Rudy up above said that it was 9:07. Yeah, I was really well aware of what time it was. I was just frantically trying to get things to work. So sorry about that, Rudy. But thanks for coming in and checking out the show. And you can be the official timekeeper for the Paranormal Portal from now on. I'm happy that someone's keeping track of it outside of me. But welcome, everybody. It's Friday. You made it. It is now a weekend. My name is Brent Thomas, and I'm your host into this already troubling journey into the Paranormal Portal. But that's every journey is both exciting, fun, funny, and troubling. So hello to everybody. Hello, Joanne. Good to see you. And Joanne. It says and Joanne. So nice to have you here. Thank you for coming in. And hello, Kitty Cattywag, Bogart, Wizard Moon, Chucky Danger, Rachel gets it right, Jim Gwynn, and Breathe. John Stevenson is in here as well, as Lake Diamond is here from Germany. Hello, Lake Diamond. Good to see you. Awesome to have you come in from Germany all the way across the great globe of the earth. Elaine Clifford's here. Who else is here as I scroll quickly through the chat? Dale Atkinson is here. Great to see you as well, Dale. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else I haven't said yet? Lots of chatting going on. You guys are busy chatters. Deborah Neighbors is here. Great to see you, unless I just said that and I forgot I already said it. Ruthie Castro is here. So we got Ruthie Castro, and then we got Josh Casto. And it's kind of a trick of the tongue sometimes to keep it all straight. I'm doing my best, though. Good to see you, Ruthie. Love you and glad you're here. Thanks for coming in. Chucky Danger himself is here as well. But yeah, everything's working. I got Justin Goodearth over on the Rumble, keeping the fort down over there. So great to see you. Hello to anybody on Twitch, Facebook, or X. If you're watching from any of those platforms, I'm streaming live to 5 platforms every time I do these live streams. So unless they're a member stream, then that's just YouTube. But this is not just a member stream. This is an everybody stream, and I'm glad you guys are here. Steve Biff Saunders is in here. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. Anybody else I missed? Looks like that's most everybody. But I guess, yeah, some people are dealing with some heat waves going on all over. It was a warm day up here, but not bad. Not bad. Brent, is the Ghost Radar on? No, it's not. But it will be in moments from now because it is the 22nd. Can you believe that? The 22nd of August. I mean, it's going to be like 2 minutes and it'll be like snowing outside. I swear to God. Time is moving way too fast, folks. There comes the Ghost Radar. It is now on and functioning. So thank you for the heads up on that, by the way. I appreciate it. What happened? T-Bone rolling in deep with the gifted subs. Gifting some subs. Gotta love it. Thank you so much, T-Bone. Gifted 5 subs to the show. And let's see who got them. Josh Casto got one. Congratulations, Josh. Jimbo got one. Solo Bro got one. How you doing, Solo Bro? Thanks for checking it out. And Jimbo, you as well. OPR 357 got one. Nice. And Codega's Codex of Curiosities has got one. That's kind of a mouthful too, huh? Codega's Codex of Curiosities. That sounds like a movie. That's really cool. I like that name. So welcome everybody that's here. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much T-Bone for making it rain in the house all the time. You are just incredible. I really appreciate it. So, and hopefully you guys find value in being members. You're members now for 30 days. And if you choose to renew, then God bless you. That means you're an ongoing part of the family. If you can't, I understand. Believe me, I do understand. I get it. Most of us are just making ends meet, myself included. Sometimes less meeting than just trying to get as close as I can. So, but great to have you guys here. We're going to be doing the news here shortly. I think Sheldon is coming. I didn't really talk to him all day, but I figured he would be popping in at some time. I don't know what he's got going on. He may be a little bit as usual, but if he doesn't show up, well, hell, I'll keep you all company as best I can. Hello, Deborah Varner. Good to see you. Awesome. We got both Deborahs here. Deborah Neighbors and Deborah Varner are in the house. Great. We love our Deborahs. Always. But yeah, we're going to do the news. Then we're going to get to a new article that I want to pop into from Thought Catalog. This one looks pretty freaking awesome, but we'll find out in a little bit. I've just loved so many articles over on Thought Catalog. It's just an incredible site. I wish they would get more into that again. They had this whole segment and section about paranormal stuff that they had for a number of years, and it was amazing. They've since gone more to like pop culture stuff, like horror movies rather than haunted places and people's experiences. But I really love those old articles. They're really great. I got one that's from their archive. It's a couple of years old, but it should be a fun one to go through. And we'll probably be going through it for a few shows because they're usually pretty big. And then we're going to get into what the hell was that? And that's, if you're not really familiar with the show, that's where we look at paranormal evidence or topics, videos, pictures. We went through a whole series of ghost photos the other nights, several nights, as a matter of fact, on that segment, and they're fascinating and worth considering. So I got some videos and some stuff pulled up from that. Chucky sent me one of them, and I saw that that Instagram thing just before the show, Chucky. Thank you. And I got some other ones pulled up, and one pretty incredible. What I think is also one of the better examples, and probably legitimate examples of Bigfoot video out there. And we'll go over that, and you guys can see it for yourself and see what you think. Well, we'll discuss it as well. Hello, Jose. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for coming in. Jose Sanchez is in the house. Awesome. Awesome. I didn't see you last night, did I? You weren't in here, were you? Well, welcome back. At any rate, there's, I don't really take attendance, so if you guys can make it, that's wonderful. But if you can't, I understand. I just love when you're here. So thanks for coming in, all of you guys that are here. And I guess we'll get to the news and see just what's up with the news. Hey, Unknown. I saw that you sent that, Unknown. I saw that you sent that story. I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I just saw that a little bit ago, too. So I will check that out as well. But buckle up, folks. It's time to bring you to the news. And we'll find out just what the hell's going on in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the Paranormal Portal News. All right, excellent. The Unreal Estate Agent came in as well. Good to see ya. 770. Unreal Estate Agent 770. Yeah, for sure, Brent. It's cool and a weird story. Cool. I look forward to reading it or listening to it. I appreciate it. I'm sure we can find a use for it on the show. I appreciate all the times that you guys out there send me stuff. That really makes it awesome for me, especially if you find a cool representation of what should be represented as paranormal stuff. Then we can use it on What the Hell Is That? I do love your submissions. So if you guys come across something, you're like, ooh, I should show this to Brent so he can do something with this on What the Hell Is That segment, then please do. You can always email me, guys. Email me at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com. And remember, the Paranormal Portal is also a podcast This isn't the podcast, this is the live stream, but the podcast is interview based, where I interview experiencers and people that have seen or have knowledge of things that they've experienced. And it's very much an interview based show, and you can find that on all the platforms out there. Hi, my vlog Sunny 11 is in here. Good to see you. I'm glad you made the trip over. It's wonderful to see you back. We've missed you. Glad to have you home. All right. So I hope, by the way, many of you were watching Lon Strickler earlier. The Friday lineup for some paranormal excellence is amazing. And there's a lot of shows out there, and I don't mean to omit some, but I know that Lon Strickler comes on at 6 p.m. Pacific time or 9 p.m. Eastern. And he has an hour live stream where he talks about a lot of the articles and stuff he covers on his site, phantomsandmonsters.com. And his channel is called Phantoms and Monsters Radio, and you can find that on YouTube or on Facebook. He streams over there as well. And then I'm up at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern, for 2 hours of the paranormal. And then after me comes the indomitable Betty White himself, Mr. Dave Scott of Spaced Out Radio. And he comes on for 3 hours. So there's literally... what does that equal? 3 and 3 is 6. 6 hours of amazing paranormal entertainment. Your Fridays could be all mapped in and set. And the course is clear. And the coast is clear too. So I hope you guys support Lon, and I hope you also support Dave over on Spaced Out Radio. 2 amazing guys, wonderful friends. And so please do. And speaking of supporting... throughout the course of these shows, we utilize a lot of different websites, and one of them is phantomsandmonsters.com. Others are like SasquatchChronicles.com, Thought Catalog, and the news site, which is unexplained-mysteries.com, and more. Please support these sites. They are really incredibly well done, and we want them to stick around. And the best way to make them stick around is to give them traffic. Your traffic equals revenue, which they can then keep the lights on with, because running a big website is an expensive endeavor. It really is. So please support these sites. Please visit them. Please get involved on their blogs or on their comment sections, and let them know you're out there. They appreciate it. They're doing a lot of hard work, and they need your love and support. So please help them out, much like you helped me out. One other thing quickly in the news. This is kind of news, and this was a mention by Owl, and I had seen this, but she really reminded me, and I appreciate her doing that. And this is one way you can help to support the shows, and it's a new feature that's on YouTube, and it's called Hype, and apparently, and I'm not exactly sure how it works, but let me read you what Owl sent. I noticed YouTube is allowing me to use this Hype feature, HYPE. And it's supposed to help smaller creators reach new audiences and whatnots, and only week-old videos are eligible, and one has to have a certain amount of subscribers, etc. Yeah, I did hear about it. I don't know exactly how to utilize it, but if you guys see a feature allowing you to hype the Paranormal Portal videos, I really appreciate it if you would. It would go a long way into helping the channel grow and to expand on YouTube. And of course, those of you over on Rumble, please continue to promote what we're doing. We're getting new subscribers all the time. It's always growing. It's just a very steady growth, nothing explosive. But I'd love your guys' support if you wouldn't mind. So if you see the hype feature on YouTube, please, hype it. If you're over on X or Twitch, please let people know about these shows. I need your help. Obviously, I want these shows to grow, and I don't advertise. I don't advertise the Paranormal Portal at all. So we are growing on a very grassroots kind of movement. It's all in word of mouth endorsements. So thank you to all of you who do that already, and thank you to those who are willing to help. Thank you so much. All right, let's get to the news. I've got several articles. Thank you, by the way, Owl, for pointing that out again. I really appreciate that refresher. It's great information. So it's called Hype on Facebook or on YouTube. So
it is good information.
Oh, there he is, Mr. Sheldon Thomas. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. Oh, man, I woke up for a nap. I didn't realize what time it was.
Well, I'm glad you woke up in time to make it to the show. You're just at the beginning of the news. I ended up running a little late because I was having some issues with tech stuff. So I appreciate that you're here, and welcome once again, my boy. And let's get into the news. You ready?
Let's go.
Let's go, because it's news time, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the portal. And we're going to start out with an incredible site that I mentioned before, unexplained-mysteries.com. And I say the dash very, very deliberately because if you go to unexplainedmysteries.com, it's going to be a different website. These guys are unexplained with a dash and then mysteries.com. And it's exceptionally well done site. So let's get to the first article tonight and see what's going on. It's coming from the Conspiracy Files. And it says, there it is. I thought I hit the button. It just didn't change. Secretive U.S. Rat 55 plane spotted landing at Area 51 in Nevada. Oof. Let me see if I can get your camera on, Mr. Sheldon. Hold on. There it is. There it is. There it is. There you go. Now you're on the screen. All right, let's see what this is all about. I don't know what this is all about, so let's see. The enigmatic plane is thought to be used to evaluate the stealth profiles of other aircraft in midair. While nobody's quite sure exactly what goes on at the secretive Area 51 facility in Nevada, what we do know is that it has played an important role in the development of stealth aircraft over the years. Oh, okay. This point was further emphasized recently when aviation enthusiast Michael Rokita spotted the U.S. Air Force's RAT-55, a plane designed to evaluate stealth aircraft in flight that was landing at the base. Ooh. Watching from a vantage point of 26 miles away on Tikaboo Peak, Rokita observed the plane landing at the base's famous runway 32 before taxiing into the mysterious Hangar 18. I didn't realize there were so many specifics about this. Like, there's one runway that's really peculiar, and then one really peculiar building. I think they're all peculiar buildings, right? Because we don't really know what goes on there. But anyway, they made a point of mentioning that, so I thought I'd mention that. Never heard about all those things.
Yeah.
The RAT-55 was thought to have played a critical role in the development of the RQ-80 unmanned aerial vehicle and is typically only deployed in restricted airspace. Its presence at Area 51 suggests that the U.S. Air Force is trailing some type of stealth vehicle there. The fact that it went into Hangar 18 is particularly notable, as this building has long been associated with secretive black projects at the base. As always, however, officials have remained tight-lipped on exactly what's going on there. Well, yeah, it's a top secret base. That's how it works. What do you want? You want them to make TikToks while they're there?
It'd be nice.
It would be. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I would appreciate that too, but I don't think we're going to see that kind of transparency ever.
I don't think that's all that's there anyway.
No, you don't think?
Well, I'm under the assumption that there's different levels of Area 51.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
There's these modern stuff going on like this, detecting stealth aircraft and all that, and then there's the really advanced stuff.
The really creepy stuff. Yeah, no.
I think there's a lot going on down there. I did watch that one documentary. I forgot his name. I think it was one that was it Chucky or someone years ago? I think a couple
Chucky
years ago.
recommended it, but you're talking. I can't believe it. I can picture him. Bob Lazar.
Yep,
yeah.
I saw that whole documentary, and I mean, I believe him. I believe it.
Yeah, I do too. I think Bob Lazar definitely was a part of something pretty fantastic, and I think it's pretty fantastic that he's still alive because he's a whistleblower, so to speak. But I think it's cool. I think obviously there's things we can't expect them to start commenting on if they are developing, our technology that utilizes these advanced techniques and stuff. Well, sure, they're not going to release blueprints. Oh yeah, this is great. We got this new quantum drive working. It's like, oh yeah, nobody else would be interested in that, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm sure there's lots of shenanigans going on. But I mean, it's kind of the way that works. They keep secrets so that if we need them, we got, an ace in our pocket, so to speak. So I don't begrudge that there are secrets, and there always will be, especially in regards to military development. But I guess I just think that I don't know. I don't know what I think, honestly, because I don't really expect we're ever going to get a disclosure, like a full disclosure, like, all right, here's the books. You guys just go have fun. This is all the crap we've been hiding. No, I don't think we'll ever get that. No matter who's in the big house or in all the seats of Congress and all that, it just won't happen. But I think that there is probably it probably wouldn't matter much now anyway, even if they did, because I think the people that believe or have already seen things themselves, much like myself, I don't need a government authority to go, yeah, this is real. It's like, no kidding, it's real. True. I saw it. Yeah. I mean, I was there. It was right there in front of me. Yeah, it was real. It is real. So, I mean, that's what I've experienced myself. But at the same time, I think the sad part is that they really character assassinated a lot of people that were jumping up on their soapbox going, this stuff is real. Yeah. I mean,
that's
the sad part.
That kind of makes sense that they would do that, though.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're not supposed to be talking about this. This guy's crazy.
Right, but I'm talking even just observers like myself. Like, I'm not tied to any military or top secret things, and I had a very real experience. So I'm glad that, at least to my knowledge, nobody's character assassinated me for my claim. I mean, it's I can't prove any of it, but it is real. It was a fantastic experience, and I'm very grateful for it, because I didn't have to have that big question mark in my head. Even though I was a believer, now I'm a knower, and it's a huge difference between the two.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Area 51, a lot of people have said, well, they don't really do the weird stuff there anymore, but maybe they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. What was this plane following that wasn't seen going into the hangar too? Maybe it was stealth in a lot of different ways, including visually.
Questions within questions.
Questions wrapped in questions. Yeah, absolutely. Peppered with intrigue and curiosity. There you go. That's the first article. I don't know what you guys think of that, but I guess the developments are always forthcoming, even at Area 51. You don't hear about it much anymore. But I will tell you, a friend of mine, his name is Josh, he was telling me about a time, probably a decade or so ago, he was driving down in the highway that runs kind of along Area 51, and he was so excited because he was getting close. And then he says, all of a sudden, the next thing he remembers, he was 20 miles past it. Like, there's this time slip in there where, like, he doesn't know what happened. He just, like, he was excited, he was getting close, and the next thing he knows, he's like, what happened? And he looks down, and it's like, I don't know how many miles. I think it was like 20 or 30 miles had passed. And it was like instantly he was somewhere else. So either he got mind scrubbed on the way by or what, I don't know. Very weird.
Well, I've heard, I haven't heard of that story. That's actually interesting. But I've heard that people who wander too close, it was either Area 51 or Area 52. But there was a guy that said there was an Apache helicopter that, confronted him, kind of thing.
Oh. Yeah.
That experience. There was a documentary on TV, I remember, that went over that experience that he had with that.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, honestly, if you and I can only imagine the only reason he would be confronted by an Apache is if he was way too close. Like he might have ignored some boundaries that he should have paid attention to, because they don't just pull out an Apache because someone's walking their dog near the fence. Somehow he must have been inside of a perimeter, and that would be the case. You can expect that kind of treatment at any military establishment.
Oh yeah.
Anywhere. They just don't like it when people find their own way in. That's not how it's supposed to work. So that's another take, but very interesting. Well, you ready for another piece of news?
Always ready for these pieces.
Got a pieces and parts for you right here. This is unexplained-mysteries.com brings us the next article, which is I don't know. This is interesting. Nearby dwarf planet was once a prime candidate for life. Did you know that before today, Sheldon?
What? Nearby?
Yeah, nearby
Pluto?
dwarf planets. I don't know how much of
Yeah.
I don't know how little a dwarf planet is next to our planet. I don't know, but let's see what it says. Oh, it's an image of Ceres. Isn't that one of the moons of Jupiter or Saturn or something?
Oh.
Let's see. New research has highlighted the likelihood that Ceres would have once provided habitable conditions. A small icy world situated between Mars and Jupiter, Ceres, excuse me, doesn't actually stand out as the most promising candidate in the hunt for evidence of extraterrestrial life. Nonetheless, new NASA research has determined that this tiny world once offered conditions that would have been more suitable for microorganisms to thrive. Oh, well, that's, that is life, but
That's not what I thought they meant.
no, that's kind of a scrub right there. We can grow mold. It's like, okay.
Wow.
Fair enough. Nonetheless, new NASA research has determined that this tiny world once offered conditions that would have been more suitable for microorganisms to thrive. Previously, NASA's Dawn mission, which ended in 2018, discovered that several bright reflective regions on Ceres' surface were made up of salt that had originated underground in huge reservoirs of brine, salty water. Evidence of organic material in the form of carbon molecules was also found. How can they do that? I mean, this is like some Star Trek kind of stuff, right? It's like, scan the planet, number one.
Yeah, that's actually, God, that's crazy. Like,
Right.
you look at these NASA photos sometimes, and they're these pixelated, like it's made out of 5 pixels total, and they're able to tell these like big descriptions about it. It's like,
Yeah.
how can you tell with these pixelated photos?
Or stars billions of years around. They can wait for planets to pass in front and go, oh, that planet could support life. Like, just because of a little light variation. It's like, my God, you people are scaring me. How can they know this stuff? It really cooks my bacon, honestly.
If they really can tell, like there's techniques they have, then that's really cool. On the other hand, like
They're just
maybe
making
there's
it
a
up.
lot of, maybe there's just a lot of assumptions being made based upon these, really pixelated photos. Like if that's what I'm
Maybe.
seeing, then that means this,
Well, I
but they
think
can't confirm it.
I think what they're doing is they're applying it like a form of, and I'm probably brutalizing this word, but spectrography, like how light passes through an atmosphere can tell you what's in that atmosphere. Like how light is influenced by the particles that are there, and it's I just that kind of level of understanding and research is just like, oh my God, who thought of that? Who thought of that? Because that's amazing.
Even then, it's not like they're looking at 4K cameras of the atmosphere and observing it like that, as far as what I've seen, at least.
No, I mean most of these things are I don't know. Most of these are just like distant blobs of light.
Yeah.
Like distant stars from other solar systems way removed from us, and they can watch how the light flickers at certain times, so they can count those as planets, and then they can also observe the light that is flickering and see what's going on with that body. Oh, well, that one might have an atmosphere, or this one definitely doesn't. I don't know. It's crazy. Just really cooks my bacon. I keep saying that, but it is true. I really am.
I am really glad that like we have organizations like SpaceX and NASA,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
SpaceX, because they are pioneering. Like as far as what Elon has said or SpaceX has said, the goal is to get to Mars eventually.
Colonize it. Yeah, absolutely.
Colonizing Mars, and
Yep.
it's like, man,
Absolutely.
before SpaceX, I kind of felt like they kind of gave up. Like NASA really wasn't going for that kind of thing, and now you have this organization that's really pushing for that, like
Yeah.
testing technology, improving technology, really trying to get to that mark, and it's just so cool to see in my lifetime.
Well, it's kind of interesting that, and I guess we're kind of evolving into a space discussion here, and that's fine because
cool.
it is interesting that, people allegedly, and I believe they did, landed on the moon in 1969 and then stopped. Or, well, I mean, they did it until the 70s, but then they just kind of stopped going to the moon. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
There should be hotels there by now, shouldn't there? I mean, this is 1969 versus 2025. We should be like shooting to the moon for vacations and stuff, right? But they stopped, and that's where you get into why did they stop? What aren't they telling us? Because there's got to be a reason, and they even had really stupid we lost the technology that enabled us to do it. Really?
That is incredibly. I hate that description so much.
Well, yeah, because they're basically lobbing Legos wrapped with aluminum foil out into the moon and bringing them back with people on board, but now they can't figure out how to do it again.
Like with incredibly outdated technology at this point. Like, are you kidding me? It should be like
right.
As far as the progression of technology, it should be easy by now. Like if
right.
I don't get it.
Maybe that's true. Sunny, my vlog Sunny 11 says in the chat, it never stopped. Maybe they did just quit telling us about it, right? Maybe there's a whole bunch of crap on the moon now.
Well, it's kind of hard to hide a rocket ship going into space. Right?
Are you kidding? No, people.
What? I mean, NASA's a public company too. They have to report unless it's not NASA.
Here's most of our society. I'm looking at a smartphone. That's like 99% of the people here. You could hide a Tyrannosaurus in somebody's backyard, and so I'm just saying. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's possible. We don't know about these secret missions.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. Riley, Ivy, Forrest, they are going back and even building nuclear reactors on Moon and Mars. Very interesting, Riley. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, again, there's this whole idea that we're just given press releases and, they're chumming the water a little bit for interest, but God only knows what they're up to that we don't know. Crazy stuff. All right.
Wouldn't it have to be on the dark side of the moon, though? It would have to be.
Probably. That'd be the best place to hide it.
I'm sorry. I was responding to Unknown's comment. I'm telling you right now, there's so much stuff on the moon you wouldn't believe it.
Well, yeah.
It'd have to be on the dark side, right? Because people have, even civilians have high-powered telescopes to see up there. So,
I'll see you on the dark side of the moon.
Gotta be.
Absolutely, one of the greatest songs ever. One of the greatest albums ever in the history of songs.
Oh yeah. I agree with that.
Riley Ivy Forrest says MH370 just disappeared and we never found it. Yeah, that was the Malaysian Airlines flight, right? Yep.
Oh. Well, they think it crashed into the ocean.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's probably the safest bet. I don't know.
They found a piece of it on an island.
Well, yeah. I mean, God, I don't know. You never know what to believe. I'll just say that I'm not necessarily into conspiracy theories, but I'm not into them either. It's like I find it intriguing, the information that we get versus what may be the truth. And I don't think that's a conspiracy anymore. I think anybody paying attention to the news and propagandas and this isn't a political statement. This is just, man, there's so many spins on everything. You never know what the hell the truth is anymore. And I've been saying for years, I think the greatest tragedy of our current age is the death of truth. That we just can't tell what is true anymore because wherever you're getting information, somebody's spinning it somehow.
Well, that's the thing there's so much truth out there that it contradicts other truths. So we don't know which one is actually true. So you're right. It's a roundabout way of saying exactly what you said. Death of truth. I guess it's the same thing. All right, gotcha.
Maggie says, "What a moment to walk in on." Hey, Brent Sheldon and all. Hello, Maggie. Good to see you. Yeah,
Hi, Maggie.
Two Shadows is here. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, nobody knows what happened. Lots of theories. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. How do you lose a plane? I mean, they got transponders and stuff too. So How do you lose it?
I watched a YouTube video going over that entire thing,
Sure.
and I believe it was, for some reason, that flight was way off course.
Yeah.
Like way off. There's a whole lot of mystery behind it.
We're right, but why was it off course? Why was it way off course? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where the intrigue. That's where the intrigue is begins.
Yeah.
And I think they turned off their transponder a few times, and it was like, why?
Yep.
So lots of strangeness going on. But I don't know. My husband lets the shelties outside to hunt down the circadian bugs. Cicadas, I think is what you mean, Linda.
Yeah.
Cicadas. He thinks it's funny. They're probably a tasty snack for dogs. You know, okay, side topic. Back in Minnesota where I used to live, I had a Victorian home, and every year I would get in my shrubs, there would be a huge hatching of June bugs. And if you don't know what June bugs are, they're a beetle that are about the size of a nickel, and they're louder than hell. They sound like bumblebees when they're flying. They're just huge, and they love to get in, and bang on the screens. It sounds like somebody's tapping on your window. They're a really creepy bug, but they're benign. They're harmless. But I had a German Shepherd named Xena. She was, and Xena thought they were the tastiest treat she could find. So she was out in the yard, and I'm like, what's she doing? I called her in after a while. It's like, come on in, let's go. And all of a sudden she comes inside, and she's just laying there, and all of a sudden, and she puked. I'm not kidding you. She puked a pile of beetles onto the floor. That dog was out there eating June bugs for over an hour. It was a pile of bugs and corpses of bugs. It was like the most disgusting vomit I've ever had to clean up in my life. True story. She thought they were delicious until they weren't delicious anymore. Yeah.
Sidebar, kind of going along with that. Does anybody know why dogs eat grass?
Yeah, clean out their system.
Okay.
Yep, they got to clean out their digestive tract. It's a natural roughage. I mean, sure. Okay. That's my vote.
All right.
Anybody knows more, please tell us in the chat. That's what I've always heard.
My dogs I remember Xena used to eat grass a lot.
Yeah.
And
my
current dogs eat grass. And I'm like, why?
My cats eat grass too. They'll eat grass and hack up stuff. Unknown says, well, I'm not hungry anymore. So much for the sandwich. Sorry, didn't mean to wreck your appetites. Dina is the name of their daughter's German Shepherd for Karen Alberding. Karen and Neil. Oh. Very cool. Dina. We had Xena, the warrior princess.
Xena and Dina.
All right, let's get on to another article. I don't know what else to read about this. It's, goes on a little bit, but I don't know. Apparently there's a water was discovered there or something. I kind of lost my interest in this article.
We got off on a lot of tangents there.
We did. Yeah, it happens. This show is not scripted, and it sure as hell isn't rehearsed. So you get what you get here on the portal, but I'll put a link into Rumble and YouTube chats. You guys can check out. I guess it's their salad. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Jose. Yep.
I guess so.
Absolutely. All right, so that was the article there. We're going to continue on. I'm going to do, I meant to do both of us. I'm going to do three. We're going to do a third one. I put a link to that article if anybody wants to read more about astronomy news. I don't know what this one is also astronomy news. And it's kind of curious because I've never heard this phrase before. Let me know if you guys have heard this before, but according to unexplained-mysteries.com, a black moon is coming, but what exactly is that? Huh? I don't know, Scoob. Let's find out. Astronomer Laura Nicole Dreisen takes a look at some of the types of lunar events. Oh, I would pull up the longest one, too. We'll read some of it. I just want to find out what a black moon is, though. This is from her. There's a lot of buzz online about August black moon happening later this week. Maybe now? I don't know. When was this written? It was August 22nd. How much later this week do we got? We got 1 day later, and that's it. We're out of this week. You've probably heard of a blue moon before, but this might be the first time you're encountering its ominous-sounding counterpart. You're not alone. In fact, neither blue moon or black moon are astronomical terms. They describe the events when a lunar calendar and our calendar year fall out of alignment. So what is a black moon? I wonder if that's when you have 2 new moons in a month rather than 2 full moons in a month. I'm guessing. I haven't read this. I'm just voting now. The current definition has nothing to do with the actual color of the moon. Let's start by... Oh, come on. Let's just get to the black moon. A blue moon is when you get to the 13th full moon in one calendar year. Okay. Conversely, a black moon is when you get the 13th new moon in one calendar year. Okay. So it's a black moon coming up. All right. Black new moon. Because those terms are entirely colloquial, there are a couple of definitions used for these extra moons. One is based on seasons. The other is based on simple calendar months. Seasonal moons, calendar moons. You can't see a black moon, but look at the sky anyway. Well, there you go. I'll put more if anybody wants to learn more about black moons. I'd never heard this term before. I was today old, but I got it now. I'm going to put the links to this. Brian Bowden says a black moon is the second new moon. Well, it's the 13th new moon in a year, in a calendar year, I guess. I don't understand, because doesn't every month have a new moon?
I don't understand either, yeah.
How would it be in August? I mean, we're going to have new moons still, unless there's 2 of them in this month, and that's what makes it the black moon. Equaling 12. Yeah, so maybe it is 2 moons in a month, Brian. Yeah. I'm a little confused, but it's interesting all the same. Hello, Car Juice over on Rumble. Good to see you over there. Thank you for coming in. Welcome. Third moon of the summer season, Riley Ivy Forrest says. Interesting. Yeah. I'm learning all the time doing the show. I'll just be totally transparent here. I don't pretend to know anything really, but I'm fascinated by many, many things. And one of them, of course, is the paranormal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. I guess I'm going to leave the last 2 for tomorrow. Yeah, we'll leave that for tomorrow. We're already at 7:53, burning the night away. And Supernatural Station came in. Hey, Jaron. Getting pumped up for Vernal. Telling you, Vernal's coming up. Right, Sheldon?
Very quickly. Very quickly.
Very quickly. Yep.
2 weeks. I'll be there.
Sheldon's going to be traveling out here and traveling down to Vernal with me. And we're going to be knocking out that 4-day conference together.
That's right.
I see burritos in our future. I'm just saying. I think at least one of them's on Supernatural Station this year.
Oh, I'm so excited for that place. Oh my god.
I heard Supernatural Station's buying them this year. We'll see how that works.
Booth set up Tuesday.
Yeah, we won't get there till Wednesday, but we'll get there. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a presentation of the Paranormal Portal News. Hope you enjoyed it, learned something new, at least had a good conversation. So, that's always the goal of every news cycle, and by God, I hope we did it tonight. Let's get back to the rest of the show. Us back to the other screens. Now you guys can hear me. Only Sheldon could hear me before.
Yeah.
We are back. There's a lot above your head there, Sheldon. Let me
I always have to a lot of room for this brain.
Every show I got to reframe you.
I can just do this.
How about you don't now that I'm reframing you? Okay. Now let me unframe you that I was reframing. There we go. Will you quit dicking around with your camera? Little jerk. You're not making my production job any easier here. I'm one guy running all this. Come on.
I know.
You're supposed to be helping me out here. All right.
This is fun.
Jose says game show music. That music was personally DJ'd by Mr. Wes Germer himself as he picked out the soundtrack for his news transition for my show. God bless him. I like that. I like that Wes contributes to the show like that.
We love Wes here. We love Wes.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Wes is a wonderful guy. All right. I don't know why I just grabbed chow mein noodles. I got little chow mein noodles next to me here. I just kind of munch on them. I like them. They're just kind of a good little light snack.
Nummy, yeah.
Sorry, don't mean to be rude.
That's not rude.
It's gotten to be such a habit. I usually don't eat during the shows because I just think, well,
A lot of streamers do it. Fine.
I know, and it looks horrible to me. It's like, come on,
It doesn't look horrible.
make a little effort.
No.
Yeah, but you're used to streamers that are going for like 12 hours, like those Twitch guys. They just turn on a stream and farm content. But
Oh, yeah. That's true.
I bring the content to the table with me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
All right, so we got an article that I talked to you guys about. Hey, I was just talking about you a bit ago. Were you in here when I was talking about what you said about the hype? Did you hear about the hype feature, by the way, Sheldon?
I heard you talk about it. I don't see a hype feature, though.
BJ says, Brent, you don't eat in front of people unless you have enough to share with everyone here. I do. If you can download chow mein noodles, I'll go get the bag and
Yeah.
and I'll put them right here on the desk, and you guys can help yourself. Not even sorry, Maggie says. Brent's paranormal AMSR crunching. I'm an open mouth eater. Not much worse than that. Then I don't. That's almost paranormal, really. The
Yeah,
people,
you eating during a show, that is paranormal.
no, the people that eat with their mouth open. It's like, yes, I'd love to watch that turn into mush in your mouth progressively. It's like a really slow magic trick. Like, look, it looks like a pretzel, and now it's. What,
I can't stand open mouth eaters. I can't stand it. It
it is so terrible.
instantly pees me off. Oh yeah.
I know, but some people it's like they don't know how to breathe from their nose. Like they're just chewing it up, letting you see the progress before they finally swallow. It's like, yeah, I'm good. Just yeah. No, there's something. It's the noise. Unknown says, yeah. Jose says, I'm eating air. Well, that's okay. You can do that with your mouth open.
That's fine. Yep, consume away.
Just when you get to the actual food, instant way to pee me off. Maggie says, yeah, it is gross. Weird Traveler, hello, I have to comment. Well, please do. We love your input on every show. What's paranormal? Is someone eating a banana or making a crunch sound? I think it's just paranormal the way some people eat with their mouth open. Like everyone wants to witness that turn from food into mush and then eventually disappear. Like, wow, it's like magic.
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
No, I don't get it either. So there you go.
Have you ever had those people who breathe really hard and chew? That kind of thing. I've only met one person to ever do that.
Oh, and sucking fingers over and over. The only time I do that is when I got my mitt full of Cheetos powder. Then it's a little bit of a buffet.
I mean, you gotta.
That's a moral imperative, though, Maggie. You have to understand there's rules about Cheetos. First your fingers turn orange, and then you gotta just,
You have to. Yeah.
you gotta take care of that.
We won't make the noises anymore, but you gotta.
Turns into a special sauce with every finger. That's so dumb. You people are like, what did I come here for? This is so stupid.
It's the food channel, guys. Normal food.
So, well, I'm just saying. If we're going to talk about idiosyncrasies, there's a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get to this article. Because I can't with open mouth eaters. Yeah, I can't either, Linda. It's just like, no, just close your lips. I mean, you don't have to make it a display. All right, let's get to that article I was talking about from thoughtcatalog.com, ladies and gentlemen, another amazing site. And I've really loved this site for years. They've just done an exceptional job. Again, it's not something they stress as much anymore, which is kind of a heartbreaker for me because they had a whole staff of amazing writers that were really getting some amazing content, getting some amazing feedback from the community regarding experiences and stuff. A lot of Reddit scrapes. They would do Reddit threads and then farm the content for the articles. And it was really fascinating because you get a glimpse into it. Now, again, it's hard to say if many of these are real or not. It's kind of a gut check for each of us. Do you believe all of these are real? Probably not. But they're represented as real. I give you my word that far anyway, that I will never knowingly represent something on the show that is false and is a hoaxy fake thing. Everything I read to you is represented as true. I don't necessarily believe everything I'm reading is true, though. I don't mean to imply that, but I just, do your own gut check. Come up with your own conclusions.
Yes.
But Tom Rickles says, come Cheetos, add Doritos. Yeah, Cheetos and Doritos. That might even be illegal in some countries. I'm just saying. Too much goodness in one bite. All right.
Oh, I know about this.
What?
I heard about this.
Yes,
yeah,
I have.
I didn't notice Maggie's profile picture is that of Clippy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's like a movement that's happening right. I don't remember what it's about though.
The Clippy movement? I don't either.
Yeah, they're saying to change profile pictures to Clippy, and there's a reason for it. I just don't remember why.
I don't know, I guess. Yes, Unreal Estate Agent. I have tried escargot, and I love it. It's great stuff. I like a lot of different foods, even if they're weird like that, as long as they taste good. The only thing I'll never eat knowingly is anything's brains. I will never do brains, ever, ever, ever.
Wait, what? Oh.
Yeah, like some people make like head cheese. They take like goat's brains and they make like a cheese, like a spread. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just keep thinking of zombies. So I just can't do the whole brains thing.
Oh, that's right. The initiative to okay, yeah. There's an initiative going on about to be able to use the internet, or at least some websites. I don't know how far it goes, but you have to upload your ID.
Oh, really? Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. Apparently, Australia's already passed that law. No.
Oh no, Maggie.
No.
You guys got to save it down there. Australia's so awesome. Don't let them wreck it. I mean, there's some, I can understand that there's maybe some benefit, but it's just like, I think everybody deserves to be anonymous as much as, unless you're breaking laws or something, then you kind of got it coming, but don't treat everybody like a criminal. All right, here we go. 33 paranormal stories even skeptics are going to freak out over, and this is an article from thoughtcatalog.com. I'm going to put it up on screen right here. And this one's written by January Nelson. And I'm got to tell you, sure. I mean, I love stories where even skeptics go, wait a minute, what? I love my favorite stories are when skeptics have experiences and they go, wait, this stuff's real. That to me is really cool.
I love that. Yep.
Yeah, that makes me happy because I don't know. I mean, I just don't want to live in a world that's not a little magical and mysterious and there's still discovery. I just love the idea that, there's still mystery out there. All right. Let's see. It starts out with this one. But again, by January Nelson, this was updated 2 years ago. Last updated January 16th, 2024. So it's a little bit of an archive, but it's an exceptional article, I'm sure. So let's get into this. The first one, we'll start right from number 1 here. Long story short, multiple people who are not friends with one another have been in my house and seen a woman in a blue dress and then told me about it later. Well, I don't tell anyone else about it, not even my husband, because it doesn't bother anything. No big deal, right? Anywho, I myself have seen her twice. The first time I woke up in the middle of the night and saw her leaning over the baby's crib. I immediately sat up and she just faded away. I felt crazy because I didn't know anyone else had seen her at that time. Well, the next day I went to Walmart and some lady walks by me and says, she likes the baby. Ooh, that's not creepy at all, right? Some stranger just starts entering your consciousness. Hey, I stop and ask what she said, and she says, the woman in your house, she likes the baby. Low-key peed my pants and ran home. Yeah, that would be unnerving. I think it's a message that I think is nice to pass on, and that's good. And obviously, this woman is extraordinarily psychic, but that's pretty crazy that someone would just come up at you out of the blue and go, oh, yeah, well, she likes the baby, huh? Satan? What? No, I'm
That's
just
gonna
kidding.
creep anyone out. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot for somebody to absorb, and you don't, I mean, maybe this woman knew she would be open to it, and I'm just kidding. I think psychic stuff is awesome and wonderful, but
Yeah.
I just think maybe that could have been done more delicately than just to randomly pass a stranger and like fill in the blank on some weird thing they've experienced. That's a lot for them to suck in and absorb. All right, here we go. Number 2. When I was a little kid, my father used to take me and my 2 sisters to a railway museum in the city. Well, we loved it, but he suddenly stopped taking us there. Years later, I was told why. Every single time that my father took photos of us there, a strange face appeared above my little sister. So he got scared and never brought us there again. Yikes. That'd be a little creepy. Right?
He said every single time, so it's consistent.
Just at this railway museum. So, I mean, yeah, I guess, could you assume then that I was trying to attach to the girl? I would. I'd be like, yeah, no.
Isn't that a poltergeist? Is something attached or something?
No. Poltergeist generally is, well, I mean, who knows for sure, right? It could be a separate entity, but a lot of people think that's, or believe that poltergeists are subconscious projections of a person, and it isn't always kids, although generally speaking most documented poltergeist cases have involved pubescent or prepubescent girls, but there's plenty of others that have had nothing to do with younger people that have manifested around adults as well. So I don't know. Yeah, and generally they're not really long lived. They're very short duration kind of phenomena, but they're generally really energetic. Like poltergeist activity is second only to like a really aggressive demonic experience. And so you're dealing with a lot of energy there, but there's a lot of people that believe people are manifesting their poltergeists themselves. So could be some unresolved, mental issues or stresses or whatever that manifest on their own into something else. So,
Right.
all right, go ahead.
We gotta thank Lenda here for 5 gifted.
Woo, Linda, rolling in some love. Thank you, Linda. Let's see what happened here. Linda gifted 5 memberships, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Linda. That's awesome. 2 Shadows got a membership. Congratulations. Here Day Dylan got one, and Charlie Don't Surf, Brent Don't Surf either. Cali Girl got one, and Ryan Brand. I don't know, Brand? How do you say that? Ryan Brand, I guess. I don't know. That's what I'm going to say, Ryan. Sorry if I'm butchering that, but congratulations to all of you guys. All 5 of you are now honorary members of the portal, so congratulations. And I guess we know Cali Girl's probably from California.
No way.
Or that's a place she resonates with anyway. Very cool, though. Nice to meet all of you. Those, I don't think I recognize any of the names here, so these are all people that are just stopping in, maybe sitting in the background listening, but thank you so much. And enjoy your 1 month free membership. And if you enjoy it, please feel free to re-up. I'm just saying, it's an option. It's an option. All right, let's go to number 4. When I was 6 or 7, I was going to the bathroom, not bothering to close the door because nobody else was home. My parents' room was directly across a narrow hallway from the bathroom, with their door being pretty close to being entirely open. Not only clothes keeping it pushed slightly outward, but where I was, I could see the foot of my parents' bed. The wall on the left side of their bed and the wall which the door was against being nearly fully open, if that makes sense. Silently sitting, I see a black dress with no figure inside rise up from behind the left side of my parents' bed, proceed to float out the front of the foot of the bed, appearing to float directly towards me and float behind my parents' bedroom door, completely silent. No body, no legs, no feet, nothing, just a black dress. It floated not slowly, but not too quickly, like it didn't even know I was there and was just casually floating through the house. Well, I was freaked the hell out. I finished my business and quickly jumped across the hall and slammed the door the other way, screaming out of fear in an attempt at being threatened. But threatening rather. But nothing was there besides my mom's robes and pajamas. And since then, I was sure to close the door every time I went to the bathroom. And only recently have I begun going with the door open if no one else is home. And nearly every time I do, the thought of that goes through my head. Yeah, that'll become a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like it's almost a tulpa of sorts. Like if you expect it enough, it probably will show up again.
Yeah.
And how do you not think about that if you're like sitting there on the porcelain study, and I mean, you look down there and that room door is open. Of course, I would think about that every time.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I'm just trying to think, well, what's going on there? What is going on there? Is the dress actually not really there, and it's just a partial apparition, or is there some spirit trying to help put some stuff away? I don't know. I have no idea. We don't know if there was a black dress that it looked familiar, or if it looked like it was something they'd never recognized. I don't know. All right, number 5. I've been saved from death 8 times by a spirit guy wearing a bowler hat.
What's a bowler hat?
Kind of a rounded, old-fashioned kind of hat, like from the old England. It's got like the brim, and I mean there was bowlers worn in the U.S. too. Kind of a, you remember the movie Tombstone?
Yeah.
Okay, so that really slimy sheriff guy, Behan or whatever.
Yeah.
He wore a bowler. Yeah,
gotcha.
that was a bowler. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it was a rounded hat, not more of the cowboy type hat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Each time has been different, but I'm not the only one who's seen him. He's woken up my father and told him to check the garage. My father found me seizing and choking. I also fell asleep while driving. He turned the car sharply before we went off into a river.
Oh my God.
Wow. That's not just it says by a guy, but I mean, wouldn't you just say, well, that's my guardian angel now? I mean, that, right? He's obviously still showing up and making sure you're okay. So this is like a guardian angel kind of thing. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know that angels necessarily always appear with wings and robes. I think they sometimes appear like people.
I mean, I know. So I mean, obviously, you probably know what I was asking about the bowler hat thing. Is I was wondering if it was a depiction of the Hat Man type of thing.
No, the Hat Man
doesn't sound. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it doesn't, right? I guess it doesn't sound like it is.
However, the Hat Man that I saw in my dreams, and I don't mean that he was a Hat Man, but he was in a black like trench coat with a like a black, I don't know, it was like kind of like a flat cowboy hat, not with the peeled up rims, but much like the Hat Man is depicted. Yep. But he had very white hair and very pale skin.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I know. Yeah, you and I have discussed that many times. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just hearing this conversation, when I was a teenager, I was tormented, literally, by a reoccurring dream of being chased by an old guy with white hair and wearing a black trench coat, black clothes underneath, and a black hat. But he has very white hair, very pale skin. And no matter what I did, I couldn't get away from him. And he kept mocking me, like, you can't escape me. There's nowhere you can go. And in my dream, I was lucid enough that I could do things like, fly and shoot off like a bullet and disappear and reappear. No matter what I did, he was there and mocking me like, you can't escape. Now it was terrorizing me as a teenage boy. And then at the end of my teen years, it kind of stopped. I just kind of stopped having those dreams. Years and years later, when Sheldon came along and became teenager, he was living with me, and he started saying, Dad, I'm having these really weird dreams. He said, there's this guy that keeps showing up. And I was like, wait, does he look like this? And I explained it, and Sheldon's eyes opened up like saucers. He's like, yeah. I said, well, that's exactly the guy that was after me. Now, that was 2 of us seeing the same guy having the same experiences in our dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And then my middle son, Oliver, came along. And he came up to me when he was he was about 9 at the time.
Yeah.
And it's when it started for him. But he's like, I'm having these weird dreams of this guy. And I was like, wait, does he look like this? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, you're the third person now, the third branch of the tree that's all having the same dream. So we've all had this weird dream. Now I'm waiting on the minion. He hasn't mentioned anything, but he's about as old as Oliver was when Oliver started seeing that stuff. So I don't know if he'll have those experiences as well.
He has come to us in our teen, young adults-ish years, each one of us. So, and all that's left is Minion.
And it's horrifying, terrifying, but it's like he just makes it known. You can't get away. You can't get away. And then you kind of grow out of it. Like, when did it stop for you? Do you remember?
Maybe a few. I think, if I remember correctly, like maybe a few years later.
Oh yeah, so that would have been about the same time because right when I was about 17, 18ish was when it stopped. It was the worst when I was about 15. 15 for me was when it was really, really profoundly happening, and I don't know. He kept coming and coming. And it was nights, not every night, but just like a few times a month, you'd have these horrifying dreams. Like, God.
They were always very vivid dreams, too.
Yeah. Yeah, they were. Very, very, very real. Like, it wasn't like you were just, let's make toast.
It's not like a foggy dream. It was like vivid.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember the dream to this day.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's interesting that, because I never would have thought in a million years you would have the same experience I had, but that makes it very weird. And then that Oliver also had it. It was like, wow, what is this? What does this mean? Somebody said generational. And it's like, it seems like something generational. Wow, 3 different people, same dream is generational. Yeah, it seems like it's Sunny. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And like it just seemed to torment us all near our teen years, and then kind of stops.
I still wonder what the point of that was.
I don't know, and I've wondered that too. It's like, what is that all about? What did it? It's not like I felt like it taught me anything, or like I made it through something other than it stopped happening. So that was cool. But what it meant, I don't know.
It wasn't like a profound lesson or anything like that. It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is really bizarre. But the three, I got 3 kids. Sheldon is my oldest, Oliver's my middle, and now the minion. So we'll see if he comes up at any point and says the same thing. So far, he hasn't. And I don't fish for it. I never seeded this discussion with any of them. It was just, both Oliver and Sheldon both just like, I'm having these weird dreams. I don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. It's like, wait a minute.
You never mentioned it to me until I brought it up that day.
No, because I just thought it was weird dreams until you started telling me about it. It's like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. And then it all came back. It was like, wait a minute. You look like this? And you're like, yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So very weird. Hey, bad boy. Good to see you over on Rumble as well, brother. Awesome.
Hello.
Riley Ivy Force says, I've been seeing the same dream of going to the Nahanni and getting chased by a black figure. Remember, Nahanni is the place where my great-grandfather mysteriously disappeared in 1928. Ooh.
Whoa.
That's pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. Be careful. Be careful. Might be something about that land. Something family oriented. Your bloodline to that land. I don't know. Just be careful. Weird Traveler. And it was story number 3. What is that a continuation of? Multiple people dreaming about a creepy guy menacing them. I feel bad that you skipped it because I had started reading it. Skipped what? I don't know what Weird Traveler's talking about. Multiple people dreaming about a creepy guy menacing them. I feel bad that you skipped it because I had started reading it. No, this is our own personal experience, Weird Traveler. This isn't something on the screen over here.
No, we're not reading that. Those are our experiences.
We haven't skipped anything. We just side engaged into a personal experience of having these dream figures. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not skipping anything.
Nope.
Yep. Dreams, D teams. For the longest time, I had one dream over and over and over. Yeah, I've talked about a few of my dreams through the course of doing this show. There's some dreams I had that were absolutely nightmare horrors beyond words. And I've talked about it only once on the show. And it's just a horrible memory, but it was a tormenting dream that I was looped into. Like, I experienced this over and over. I'll just say this. I experienced my own death 15 times in the exact same way in a row. And I wasn't able to get away from it. Every time that I would actually die and fade to black, I would wake up in that same experience, starting from the beginning, over and over and over. It was horrible.
You were in the infinite tsunami or whatever it's called.
You're going to go full Naruto on me here, huh?
You were in the technique.
Yeah, it was horrible. But I'm here to tell you that apparently you don't actually die if you die in your dreams, because I've died many times, and it's creepy. It's really creepy.
Wait, he says, were you telling your story while skipping the story that is similar to you and your family?
Nope.
You didn't.
No,
skip
we
the story
finished.
yet.
We finished the story from my family.
It was that short. Yeah, it was just a short.
Yeah,
one.
it was just a short one. Person was saved from death 8 times by a spirit guy wearing a bowler hat. So, and that was where we started talking about a guy with a hat, and that it was our guardian angel, and then we kind of segued into our own experience with this seemingly spiritual being with a hat that tormented not only me but 2 of my children.
Yeah, it's number 5 here. It's
Yep.
just that short. Yeah.
It's just literally a sentence in a small paragraph.
Yep.
So let's go to number 6. When I was around 11 years old, I heard scissors snipping from my parents' bathroom, which is next to my bedroom. And this happened every night from around 1 till 1:30 a.m. After about 3 months, it stopped, and the dream I had that night was about a witch-looking thing dragging its nails against my back. And the next morning, my back was covered in scabs that looked like someone had scratched my back. Oh, that's horrifying.
Oh.
Not only did it happen in the dream, but it's actually manifested. Like spirit scratches. Yeah, not good.
Yikes.
That's creepy.
I mean, we've had experiences like that too, where we've woken up with weird scratches of places we can't even reach. You know.
Yeah, I've woken up with scratches. The only thing was that I was never quite ready to go, yeah, that's paranormal. There's only one time that I've been scratched and said, well, that's got to be paranormal because it happened here while I was sitting in this chair, and I felt a warm sensation on my neck and reached up and felt all these welts. And I talked about it on my show and showed pictures because I went and had Mrs. Portal. I said, what's going on my neck? I feel these bumps. And then she's like, oh. And she pulled down my collar and went, oh. And I said, well, take pictures. So she took pictures, and I had like X's and 3 lines and stuff. It was pretty sincere scratches. And then I was like, my God, I was just sitting doing interviews on the show, and alone in the studio, and that's when I felt the warmth, and then reached up and felt the ridges of these scratch marks, and I was like, oh, what the hell is that? And the longest one went from like back here and all the way up to my jawline right here. And the rest of them were actually under my shirt. And
Jeez.
there was like zigzag, like X crossed, patterns of scratches. And so I had her take pictures, and then I posted them online. I was like, I've finally been scratched. I can say unequivocally that I've experienced scratching now.
How deep would you say it was?
Do you want me to find a picture?
Well, I mean, I'm just curious if it was like, oh, that's a bad scratch, or if it's like, oh, it's a superficial scratch, but it's like,
Since
long.
I brought it up, I'll just grab a picture here. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Not there. There we go. Let me just go. I think they're on I think they're here. I think right here. Let me just look. I'll just be a moment here. Talk quietly amongst yourselves. What's that?
I've had back. Rachel says I've had back scratches, but I find them later when they scab over, and I can't reach completely along them. Oh, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Is those scratches where you even try to like mimic if that was you somehow,
Yeah.
and you can't even reach those spots.
Where is it though? It
Yeah.
was. That's weird. Where is it though? It should be here. I must be skipping it or missing it. Hold on, I gotta slow down. I'm trying to go fast, but I think I'm going too fast.
Probably.
Oh, here they are. Here's the images of these scratches that just appeared. It was right after I got done doing 2 interviews, one with Tommy Cullum of Let's Get Freaky podcast, and then the other one was going to be Matt Knapp, and I think it happened right in the middle there between the two. These are the scratches that appeared on my neck. Just putting them on screen now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, those are fine scratches. Those aren't like...
Yeah, it almost looks
you're-
like
those-
designs, right?
Yeah, they don't look like it came from your fingernails. Those look like it came
Oh,
from,
no.
like-
There's no way. I always keep very short fingernails. I don't have pointy fingernails.
yeah.
The one you can
Whoa.
see is up here. It's kind of like around here. You can see a little bit of that mark going from the back up, but it actually goes up here under my double chin. This is actually a cord from one of my necklaces. It's not my skin flopped over. But yeah, these are the burns. And they started burning like little rope burns after that.
And for sure, it couldn't have come... No, that's too many. There's
No.
no way when you're sleeping that you're like...
No, I
moving
mean,
your necklace that much.
I felt it happening. I felt this warmth, and I was like, why does first I felt cold next to me, like something ice cold was standing next to me. And I said that to Tommy. I was like, God, I feel like there's ice cold next to me. And then the next thing that happened was like, I felt that warmth on my neck, and then I reached up and touched it. Let me do this on screen so you guys can see. But I reached up and touched my neck, and I was like, whoa, what are these ridges? And that's when I went, and she had pulled down my collar. She had pulled down my collar, and my collar would be like up here. And that's when she saw all this. And she's like, oh my God. I was like, oh. So that's true.
And it couldn't have been the cat, correct? Because
No, that was
look. Yeah.
the first this person here says do you have a cat? And I was like, look, my cats don't scratch me like this, and if they did, they wouldn't be my cats, you know. It's like, I felt it happening. If my cats had done this, I would have felt them do this.
Yeah,
know,
there's no way you would. There's too many scratches.
Yeah, but they're just really long, and it does look like there's patterns of 3, but I'm not going to say that for sure. Like this is one, and this is the parallel to it, and this is the parallel to that. Then there's this one, and you know, any one of these other ones. I don't know. So
Plus, you're saying the cold next to you too. That's
oh
what
yeah,
I
it was
look
ice
forward
cold.
to.
Yeah, it's a very very I love bite. I mean, it didn't freak me out, honestly. I started laughing once I realized what it was. It was like, oh, yeah, that's pretty crazy. So, because I've heard of this phenomena and I've tried to understand. Now, again, I've found weird scratches on me that I can't explain, but I can't explain it. And that doesn't mean you can jump right to, hey, it's paranormal, because I didn't notice it happening. I didn't realize it happened. I just maybe wake up and see, well, how did I get a scratch on my, on my shoulder back there or whatever, just from laying in bed. So, I mean, there's curiosities, but this is the only time it's happened. Is like, oh, I felt that. I felt that when that was going on. So the first time I actually experienced it, going, yeah, that's, I think, the real thing. So I just thought it was interesting.
Sorry, Mark's comment. Yikes! It happens. Well, what kind of life are you living? What do you mean this happens?
No, and Riley says, does it happen regularly? No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I will say that I know that by virtue of doing a show like this, some of this stuff finds you because you're always talking about it. You're always expressing an interest or generating energy around these topics. And I think sometimes this stuff finds you. And I think this was just something that popped through and left a message sort of thing. Because I do cleanse this house all the time, like very spiritually, very devoutly. I'm very careful about that because I live in the same space that I do the show. So I'm not, trying to drum up Amityville horror here.
Oh, yeah.
This is where my family lives. So anyway, yeah. And so believe what you will. Some of you out there are going, whatever. And that's fine. I don't have the ability to convince you nor the interest to, but take it for what it is.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Maggie coming in with $1.49.
Ooh, Maggie. Thank you, Maggie. Cool shirt. Oh. My Goonies never say die. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Last Light. Yeah, I like this shirt. It's getting old, though. It's been a lot of miles on it. But, you know, those old T-shirts, you know, they're barely much to them anymore, but they're so damn comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah, this is one of those shirts. I just love it. It's so good. Thank you, Joseph. Joseph says, Brent, I believe you. Well, I appreciate that.
Excellent.
Again, never the course of the show to make believers out of anybody or to make you think anyway, any specific way. Just
Jeez.
Beth, what? Now, Brent, we know how you really got those since you were in bed. Well, you know, I do frolic, but I don't like that kind of playing. That's not my speed.
Oh my God.
I slept one night and woke up with around 8 spider bites on my back, mostly. Ouch. Slept through it. Good thing. It was it was only house spider bites, but that was weird. Yeah, generally they don't go out of their way to bite people, but if it gets trapped, it might get a little freaked out and do what it can to get away. Yeah.
I actually heard that if like food is really scarce, like if they are just absolutely starving, they will bite you because
well,
in their sleep though.
When they're
I could be wrong.
Spiders will, yeah.
I thought I read that. I could be wrong, but I thought I read that. Yeah.
Owl says friggin' thing was hungry, I guess. There is that. I don't know. Maybe I just taste good, you know, or maybe you do. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway,
seconds and thirds. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go on to number 7 from this article, and I'm gonna try to get to maybe just a couple more, and then we'll get on to the what the hell is that, and then the cryptids, because we got to get some cryptids in.
Yes.
All right, here we go. We're on number 8 or number 7. Oh, number 7. I went on a late night history tour of an old West prison. Well, that's your first mistake. No, I'm just kidding. Prisons are just hot spots, though. They really are. For spiritual activity, for, you know, something to be around there. Maybe not even the prisoners anymore, but something else that's sitting there eating that old dark energy. So, supposedly haunted, and felt someone touch me on the shoulder. I looked behind me at the cell door and others on the tour, turned back around, and I distinctly feel 3 fingers touching my shoulder. I then felt a presence behind me, like the kind you get when you walk past mannequins at clothes stores. But there was no one there inside the cell. And this all went within moments. The tour guide told me it's the friendly cell. No one else on the tour experienced anything. Sure, I mean, it was your lucky day. I don't know. I think, just think about it like, in cases like where there's an intelligent spirit, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean human or formerly human. It can just be an intelligent spirit. They, I'm sure, just like us, resonate with some people and don't resonate with others. You know, I know everybody's experienced that thing where you walk in and meet a group of people, and some people, for some reason, you just don't like. You don't want anything to do with them. Like, and I don't know what that is. I've experienced that many times myself. I always assume it's some kind of psychic warning, like, there's something about this person. Don't get close to them, you know. And I listen to those things. But then there's other people you really vibe with, you really connect to. And this sounds like one of those stories that's, you know, for whatever reason, this intelligence kind of connected with this person. Like, hey, I'm here with you. Welcome to the friendly cell.
Yeah. It didn't. Yeah, definitely. I mean, from the story, it seemed like it. Like the person said, it's definitely friendly.
Yeah, it was very benign. It wasn't a horrifying event. It was just an event. So, and it sounds like the person took it in good stride. You know, like, hey, I had an experience. That's cool. Again, I don't think 99% of this stuff is nefarious, but I do think it's foolish to not acknowledge that some of it is.
Yes.
You know, I think some of it's just more incidental. We share space with beings that we describe as spiritual. They may not be formally living. They might not be in a deceased state. They might just exist energetically in our space. We just don't know. So, all right, let's go to number 8. I was babysitting my ex's niece when I was still with him at their family home. His sister went out with friends that night, and my ex was working, so I was alone with the baby and my ex's youngest sister, who was only 2 or so years younger than me. Well, they lived out of the city on a dirt road, so they had a bunch of land. Their kitchen had large, beautiful windows that almost went from floor to ceiling, and you could see over the land where the horses were, and some plains and stuff. Well, during the day, it was very serene looking out the window because there was no neighbors, nothing. You could see more miles except nothing you could see 4 miles except serene tranquility, I think is what they meant there. Well, this setting changed at night. I was completely terrified of what all this vast nothingness looked like during the dark. I couldn't see anything out there, but something could look in and see me. I distinctly remember getting a chill up my spine once the sun had set and shutting the curtains end to end that night that I was babysitting. Once it got later in the evening, I was failing miserably at playing Morrowind on a terrible $300 ThinkPad laptop. I was not smart. I went into the kitchen to get a drink because it was time to take my meds. As soon as I stepped into the kitchen, I saw that the curtains were wide open. Not just a little bit, but end to end open. I've got ADHD, but I would not have left those freaking curtains open because their property genuinely scared the hell out of me that night. The baby was asleep, and my ex's sister didn't leave my eyesight all night either, so no one would have opened those curtains. It haunts me, dude. I think about it and get all woozy, and I try to be rational, but I still can't explain it. Yeah, that's that's freaky. Wow. You shut the curtains, just get a little privacy, because you just don't like what could be looking in, and then they're open. You go back out there to check, and they're all open. Yeah, that's horrifying, right, Sheldon?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a negative thing though.
Well, no, but it's something screwing with you for sure.
It's annoying.
Yeah,
it does sound annoying.
Yeah, I mean it's it's probably the hold my beer moment for the ghost world. Like, what's this? You know, I mean, really, but and it sounds more like you said, trickster, kind of a mischievous thing. Like, hey, let's screw with her. But you know, at the same time, you don't know if that's something really dark, or if it's something playful and just trying to be a nuisance.
Yeah, that's why we say, listen to your gut, guys. Listen to your gut.
Listen to your gut when it's calling to you. Sorry. Anyway, I just went a little musical there. There you go. That was free of charge. You get that for no extra cost.
Wow.
On nearly every episode. No, I rarely sing on the shows. I do like singing, but not on the shows.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this article. I hope you guys have liked this and are enjoying it. We'll pick this one up again tomorrow night on the show. Oh, Gem Gwyn. 10 members. Woo!
Rapping here by Gem Gwyn.
Gem Gwyn, thank you so much. That's amazing. You guys are amazing tonight. My God.
Oh, my Lord.
I really appreciate it. That's amazing. So let's see who got them. 10 memberships. My God. Last Light got one. Congratulations. Gray Squirrel Adventures. Congratulations. Dustificator. I think I said that right. I did good.
Yeah, you did.
Rita Robinson got one. Hair of the Dog. That's a good drinking term. When you got the hangover the next day, hair of the dog that bit you. Throw it back. Mary Wynn's got one. Congratulations, Mary.
Mary does win.
Sunny Callie 11 got one. Congratulations, Sunny Callie. Blythe Tretic got one. Nice. Congratulations, Blythe. Luke Robinson Grant Krant got one. Congratulations, Luke. And Michael Courtney got one. So congratulations to everybody that got a free membership. Special thank you to Gem Gwyn for making that happen. That is just amazing. Very cool. Very, very cool. Hopefully you'll like being members and you'll stick around. Don't leave me ever. I have separation anxiety. Now you got to be members forever. Sell furniture if you have to, but don't leave me.
Sell furniture if you have to. Oh my God.
I mean your own furniture, not like selling furniture is a bad thing for a living.
Sell your neighbor's furniture.
Yeah, sell somebody's stuff.
Sell your
It's like a new form of crack. I gotta be a member. Let's go to the dumpster. Something's very valuable in there. No. All right, so that is the article. I hope you guys enjoyed it again, and we got a lot more to get to. Did you know that, Sheldon?
I did. I had a thought. I had a feeling. Yes.
Well, you were right, because it's time for...
The hell is that?
What the hell is that? This is a segment on the show where we like to talk about evidence, and there's some things that I think I like to throw up that are educational. I think they kind of help to, I don't know, highlight some stuff that I think could be problematic some point in the future. And the first one that I'm going to put up is exactly one of those tonight.
Oh.
This is one that I could see becoming all kinds of viral claims in a hurry. Viral claims of a dragon. I saw a dragon. It was white and it had these colorful wings flying through the sky, and it was real as you or me standing right here, and I know what I saw, and there'll be videos and they'll go viral and they will get people's attention. But in reality, and this is from Anugrah So, Anugrah, and then space, capital PSO. And this is their page, and they posted this, which I'm going to show you right now. As soon as I pull it up on screen. Here we go. This is an RC Naga. Gonna get rid of the music, but there you go. Look at that. Are you kidding me? You telling me that wouldn't be on everybody's feeds if they saw this?
Oh, no.
Right.
Oh, this is going to be a problem.
This is the kind of stuff that's out there. So what I saw a picture. It was a real dragon. It wasn't digitally edited. Nope, it wasn't. It was there, but it's not a real dragon. So this is the kind of stuff you got to consider when you see images in the sky of things that people have recorded. And they probably record it knowing that it's a drone or some kind of RC craft. But it looks real enough. I mean, if I saw that in the sky, I'd be like, what the hell? That's not a bird. You know, I guess the big telltale part is that there's no flapping wings or whatever. There's no real animation to it at all. It's a very static figure. Yet. Right. I just wanted to put this out there because it's very cool. It's a very cool thing. I think it looks really awesome. I'm a big fan of dragons personally. Always have been. And not in an evil way, just for the record. In some ancient cultures, dragons were the bridge between heaven and earth. That's and they're also a symbol of wisdom and strength. So that's the spirit in which I love dragons, not in darkness and horrible things. So, but there you go. I just wanted to put this out there because this is the kind of stuff that will be out there more and more and more. People will be 3D printing all kinds of crazy stuff and putting engines in it and sending it out there. Much like the UFO flap. I mean, you know, you could see people 3D printing UFOs anytime and putting little RC engines in them or drone engines, and they'll look as real as anything else that's out there. So just, you know, use your judgment, use your discernment, I guess, is my big thing. Don't believe everything you see out there because, like, again, if the clip started here and carried on to there, people would be like, yeah, I saw a dragon. It was there in the sky. It was not AI. You're right. It was there, but this is the part they don't show you, where it's landing on its face. So I just want to put that out there. I make my own fighter jets, Jose says. There you go. Exactly. So Jose knows about this kind of stuff. It is cool. I love it. I think this dragon's excellent, but it's just a cautionary inclusion. Don't believe everything you see, especially on the interwebs, folks. Especially on the interwebs. That's the first one up tonight for What the Hell Is That? But wait, there's more. There's always more.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know I didn't stop right there. Nope.
No way.
We got more. Here's the thing Chucky sent me, and I haven't watched this yet, but this is coming from Scary Encounter Instagram, and it looks pretty good. Let's pull it up on screen and get it framed up for you guys, and we'll watch the video together. Again, I haven't watched this before, so I don't know what I'm getting into, but please check out Scary Encounter on Instagram. I'm sure they got a ton more of this stuff up there. That'd be fascinating to watch as well. So I do want to support these sites that are posting this stuff. My pursuit doing this segment isn't to kibosh things or to make people feel angry about this. It's just great discussions points. And
Yeah.
most often you can't be sure either way. Is it real or is it not real? But, we'll discuss the things that might stick out, and I hope it makes, everybody a little more informed if I can do that through the course of these shows. So here we go. This is the next one. And this one, it says, a man was haunted by a former owner's son, who's a ghost, who had died inside that very house. Man has been living in fear, unable to sleep for nights. Every morning just before sunrise, he hears knocking at the door, followed by the sound of children laughing loud and clear. He believes it's the spirit of the former owner's son, a young boy who tragically passed away in that very house. But one morning, something terrifying happened. While walking towards the kitchen following the sound of laughter, he suddenly saw a small childlike figure standing underneath the stove area. I don't know if that's the video we're going to see, but we're going to see it together. Let's check it out. Is this it right there? Yeah, there was a little figure there. Now there's nothing. Yeah, peeking around to see that. And there goes a little hand and everything. Now, I don't see any obvious cuts. I will say that. I think that it is... it's not impossible to layer video and create an artificial reality like this. That's not really what was recorded. It could be hoaxed, but it could be a great capture. So I guess it's time to vote. I like to do this voting part on the shows because I like to know where you guys sit with stuff like this. I'll let it play. I'm going to kill the sound and just let it continue. You guys weigh in. Yeah, the laugh is creepy. You're right. You heard the laugh. I got it muted now. You can just keep watching it. But if you think this is a real clip, give me a 1 in chat. A 1 in chat. If you think it's not, give me a 0. Type a 1 or a 0 depending on what your take of this is. I'm excited to see what you guys think. Honestly, BJ is all in. She says, yeah, that looks real. Fair enough. Yep. Creepy, but it's probably fake. Weird Traveler says, yeah. There's a strong possibility that it's definitely been doctored. Riley says, nope. Where are we at? 2 Shadows, nope. Wizard Moon, nope. Bogarts, yep. All in. John Stevenson's all in. Yeshua is all in. Owl 13, not so much. Well, Supernatural Station is 1. Yeah, it could be. Adventures with Beth 1. It's weird, Joseph Crow says. T-Bone's a 1. Joseph Crow says no. It casts a shadow too. Yeah, that is interesting. And it could be a double take with some masking, video masking. You can layer video and do things like that. Grab the shadows and then layer it on top of each other and make a pretty good fit. I got Justin Goodearth. Says pretty good to me. Okay, fair enough. Dog Digger and Big D and Car Juice have not voted, but that's okay. Sorry, I can't see it, Jose says. Yeah, if it's on a small phone, it might be hard to see. I don't know how you're watching. Definitely looks real, but I doubt it is. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. It's one capture, so we don't know. There'd have to be a whole body of evidence here, compiled evidence to build up to this for it to be really, really compelling. But visually speaking, I can't see the flaws in the editing if it was indeed edited. There is a shadow that does disappear into nothing. There's several of these videos out there, though. That's the other part of it. You can see videos like this of a child peeking around a door. Very, very similar. And could they all be real? Probably not. So I do know that it's very possible to convincingly fake something like this. But I'm not suggesting this is a fake. I just can't know. Again, to truly investigate this, you'd have to interview the witness, check out the setting for yourself, do shots with the same camera in the same manner at the same times, to try to duplicate the results or figure out what is different. So we can't investigate it in a true sense. All I'm asking is, what are you seeing, and do you think it could be real? And it's a judgment call. It's just a basic, what do you think? But you're right. I don't pretend this couldn't be faked. I've seen many like this. I watch a lot of these videos as part of what I do for the shows. So it is interesting, but it's not unheard of. What do you think, Sheldon?
I'm gonna say 0.
No, yeah.
Because I have seen people on YouTube, like really good editors who show examples of like how they can make it seem crazy and fluid.
Yep.
Just like this, like as real as this, where there's hardly, if any, none to hardly any flaws in it.
Right.
Like this.
Right.
So I would love for this to be real and be like, oh my god, it's a capture. Oh my, like it's. But
sure.
Because of the technology exists, I have to say 0.
Right. Yeah, I think it most probably isn't either. It looks like it comes from, they got the watermark on here. Scary Encounter looks like maybe it's their own video, unless they're watermarking somebody else's video, that's their own deal. I don't know, but it's a cool thing to watch and to review and to think about. I think you could probably get a mop into those corners a little better. That's just me though. Got some filth on the floor there. Looks like a long time of filth, but interesting all the same.
Yeah.
Could it be real? Yes. Could it be fake? Absolutely. So again, it's a gut check, but interesting. Yeah. So Owl says pretty brave for them to explore and remember to record as well. Not like that can't happen, but more common with people wanting to entertain. Good point. Yeah, I mean,
timing and everything.
Yeah, it's all the timing, and that would be the exact moment they actually caught the apparition. Now, is it possible this person records all the time, and this is the only time they caught something? Sure. Yeah, that's not without possibility, but it doesn't seem as likely. And you're right, that is kind of the orgy of evidence here. It's like, well, perfect place, perfect time for the perfect apparition and the perfect scenario. What are the odds? Well, they're really low, honestly, but they do. It's not that they don't ever happen. So that's another one for tonight. And I got more. Don't worry. There's more. But thank you, Chucky, for sending that to me. I appreciate that, brother. That was really cool.
Yeah. Very good find, though.
It's very good find. I do have more, as is the way things go here. And this is just imagery. This is from Ronnie LeBlanc's Facebook page. Ronnie LeBlanc, of course, is a wonderful guy. He's on Paranormal Caught on Camera, the series. He's always on there, and he's also on. Was a member of Expedition Bigfoot for a number of years. This is the first season he didn't do that one, but Ronnie's a great guy. And he posted this, and I don't know any of the background here, but I find it interesting, and this is what it is. A UFO Sightings Daily Facebook group, it looks like. A mysterious UFO streaked across the sky above Heathrow, London, seconds before a plane's landing, leaving pilots and witnesses stunned. Now, I don't have the actual source, but here are the screenshot that Ronnie provided. I mean, that looks pretty incredible as far as a strange anomaly in the sky. Unless it's like a missile, why does it have a vapor trail or some kind of energy trail?
Yeah, I noticed that too. That
is interesting, but here's the actual plane that came through just after this anomaly appeared in the sky. And there is some different, they did some negatives and a zoom in of the object itself. And maybe this is a hint to how they fly. I don't know. Maybe it's just a really cool capture showing whatever energy is using to keep those things up and to moving. I don't know. But it's a pretty cool capture. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that was legitimate. What do you think? Do you think there's things in the skies? You think what?
I think it's good capture.
I do too. I really like this one. And it's not a lot to go on. It's literally just a capture of, I don't know if it's an actual video, and this is a screenshot from it, but I have no doubt there's things in the skies because I've seen them firsthand. But what do you guys think? Does that one look good? There are lots of things in the sky. It's the ghost box said litter.
It's litter.
It's litter. It's junk. What if it is? I mean, that's another thought, though. What if it's like a meteorite or something? I would think it would have a more pronounced tail.
Or space debris.
Yeah, or space debris. Maybe it's junk from space coming back into the atmosphere. That's kind of interesting, right?
That is a really good thought, Ghost. Thank you.
Just call it Ghost. Thank you, Ghost. I like to go by spirits, right? No.
Okay, spirit.
Anyway, good capture. I don't know if we're going to officially vote on this one, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
Pretty good one, yeah.
I think it looks pretty good. We'll just leave that one there. Well, there's no.
Supernatural Station Podcast says, what do you guys make of all the science world posting about this big mothership coming towards Earth? I say false flag, but be interested to see what people think. I have not even heard this. What?
I think it sounds interesting. It's Avi Loeb of Harvard is the one that's kind of raising the alarm about this object coming into our solar system. They're trying to reroute. I think it's the Jupiter or Saturn Explorer that's out there. They're trying to petition NASA to reroute that probe to intercept this to get a good look at it. But he's also the person that said that Oumuamua that came through the solar system a few years ago was not flying in ways that made sense by observable natural laws and trajectories. And this thing apparently has been raising a lot of eyebrows too, because some people are saying it's emitting light as well. And it's flying in ways that don't make sense for a natural object. The trajectory doesn't seem right. I don't know the specifics. Chucky, I know, has looked into this quite a bit. But yeah, in fact, I got a news article I was going to cover tonight about it, but I was going to save it for tomorrow night and Saturday's show. So could it be? Yeah, I guess it's 16 miles wide or 16 kilometers, miles or kilometers, I don't remember which, but it's a very big object, and it's doing some weird stuff.
If the aliens are pushing an asteroid toward us.
Yeah,
it's time to end it. They failed.
It's time for the planet killer. Let's go. Got a good one. Maybe. That just made it really twisted. Thank you.
It just pops in my head.
You got a weird head, kid. Yeah, what if they're getting ready to lob another planet killer at us? Get the nukes ready. Just start lobbing warheads out into space and hope for the best. Because I don't think Bruce Willis is going to be getting on any asteroids, doing some drilling.
God bless that man.
God bless him for all he's done.
Family.
Yep. All right, let's get back to another one. I think this one might be the last one that I got, but it's a couple-minute video. But this one I think is maybe it's among some of my top potential evidences of Bigfoot, and it's video footage. This is going to be familiar for some of you guys that are enthusiasts of the Bigfoot and are familiar with a lot of the evidence that's out there. The video in question is the Josh Highcliffe video. And this was recorded in, I think it was Mississippi, down in the swamps of Mississippi, but it might have been Louisiana. I don't think it was Florida, though. However, it's him just hiking around. He wasn't out there looking for Bigfoot, but he ended up hearing this cracking, popping noise. So he moved closer and was able to sneak up behind what may very well be a Bigfoot pulling apart an old tree, probably looking for grubs or worms or things like that are in the wood pulp, and it's having a snack. You be the judge. Again, this is the Josh Highcliffe video footage, and this is from his channel. Now, he's not known as a Bigfoot guy. He's only has a few things, but this video has been watched over 1.4 million times. And it's really done the rounds. I think this still stands as some of the better evidence out there of video footage of a Bigfoot. But you be the judge. Here we go, folks. This will kind of lead us into the cryptid corner coming up next. Here we go. I guess I got to get it on screen, don't I? That'll help. Let me get it on screen and get it framed up. Again, this is coming from Josh Highcliffe on YouTube. This is his channel. You'll see it pop up all over the place, but this is the original video. So the figure in question's right up here.
Jeez.
You hear that wood popping?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
I love that motion, and I'll talk about that in a little bit here. There's body mechanics that are being displayed that are not typical for people. You just hear the bass of that thing, though. That is not like rotten, punky wood. That is like hard wood.
The popping is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, that's powerful as hell. Listen to that. That's the sound of it pulling apart that stump. Isn't that amazing? Did you? That's kind of the end right there. That seems to me to be a genuine fear reaction, like, like it stood up and he realized, oh my God, like he wasn't
giant.
Yeah, it was giant, and he wasn't quite sure what he was seeing. But when you see how fast the camera jerks, when that thing stands up, I mean, it's like instant. Watch again. I mean, that's a fear response, right? That to me seems like a very fear. Like I feel the tension. And you can listen to his breathing, and he's like...
He's trying to hold back sounds he's making from breathing.
Yeah, he's being dead quiet. Now, some of the cool parts, I think... There's a part here where you'll see the back of the creature. And I'm going to try to find it here, but I'm going to show you in a full cam view. The back of the creature's towards you. And you'll see the hand go up like this and pull out and break off that chunk that it eventually just lobs into the water. And that isn't a mechanic that we would use because we're just not that strong in our shoulders, but it just kind of goes, and it pops. And it's like, oh my God. Yeah, it's just very fascinating to me that this is, I think, incredible footage. And I'm going to try to find that because it was kind of close to the beginning, as I recall. There, right here, it's leaning. Look at how it pulls out. It's leaning and pulling out. That's not the way. I mean, that'd be like trying to start a chainsaw like this.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do it. We do it like we keep things close to our core. But he was pulling out like, and you can see its whole weight is just pop. And then it pops. I mean, it's just great mechanics.
I mean, he's doing this it's doing it from a squatting position too. So
yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's like it's using all of its strength and it's like, oh,
right.
You know, it's doing this with like relatively just kind of moderate strength. It's
yeah,
not
it's,
like
I mean,
really exerting itself to do
it's
this.
leaning into it as well. So it's using its body weight, but it's like, you know, pop. That and the popping of the wood is so profound. I mean, the base to it is just like you can tell this isn't rotten, punky wood that just kind of falls apart. Everybody's seen those logs out in the woods where you step on them and they kind of turn to mush. This is something that is profoundly rigid. I mean, hear that, and that's pulling pieces out of this stump.
Oh yeah. From
a squatting position, as you mentioned, which is very atypical for us too.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, and it's this whole situation. So this, I'm going to put a link into the chats if anybody wants to watch this on a much bigger screen. I'm going to put it in the chat so you guys can check it out. But just look for Josh Highcliff, Highcliff, on YouTube. You can watch the video for yourself. And you can also see that this isn't what he's known for. He just happened to witness this. And he became well known because of something he accidentally was able to record. But in an intimidating manner, it's not practical. Yeah.
I'm full sending a 1 on this. Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Is that a Bigfoot? Give me a 1 in the chats if you think that's a Bigfoot, or a 0 if you don't think so. I'm absolutely sold that this is the real thing. Not that I'm trying to influence your vote, but I think this is a very real representation. It's the,
Yeah, 'cause even a guy in a suit, like, they would be doing it in a way different position than this too, because especially with those thumbs, you can tell that for a human that would take a lot of effort to get that kind.
oh yeah. I mean,
If not all of your strength.
He's got a camcorder. I mean, he's just got a little camcorder, and it's picking up that much of a sound. Now, camcorders are built with mics that are good for close-up stuff, and it's got good ambient. Like, he's picking up the crickets around and stuff. But those pops are really, I mean, they're coming through loud and clear. So Phil Blair's almost all the way there. That's the only negative one I've seen. Big D's all in on this one. Yeah, I mean, this is great. I want to believe, but I'm not sold. Still, very impressive. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, again, this show isn't meant to make you believe or not believe. I just think it's, as far as considering, I think his reaction is very organic. The fear that you can hear in his breathing as he's even sitting there just trying to be really quiet like this.
Yeah.
But his breath is catching like a very, very genuine stress response. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm filming here, but I'm going to keep filming. And then when it stands up, I mean, he just bolts. He's just, and
Yep.
I don't know, but again, the body mechanics were the big sell for me. When I saw the pulling action off to the side where it's taking out a big chunk of that wood that pops. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not strong like this. I have a hard time opening a curtain like this. So whatever that is, I think is a great example. Justin Gooder's all in on this. Yep, I think so.
Oh,
yeah, I think it's great. Good possibility. Fair enough. Two shadows. And again, this is what this segment's all about. I want to present great evidence that I think and let you guys weigh in on it. And it doesn't offend me. I don't own any of this footage, but I think it's fascinating footage and it's worth discussing. And those are the things that stuck out to me.
Yeah. Rachel asked, did Wes ever interview him?
I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, Wes has done over 1,000 shows, so I'm not sure who he's interviewed. This video is from 11 years ago too, folks. So it's been around a long time. And you still see it. I just saw it pop up earlier. That's why I pulled it up for this show, as I saw, it making the rounds again.
Yeah, he probably, I mean, if he did, it probably was years ago. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. I know MK Davis went into this area afterwards, and he just checked on this type of wood, and he said, even the dead ones are so solid. He said that, he was out there investigating it, and it's like, this wood is like a rock, whatever this swamp wood is. It's not like, punky and fall apart kind of wood. He said it's incredibly strong. Wow. So that's the only follow up on this I've ever seen. I think Thinker Thunker did a breakdown on this as well, and was pretty convinced that this was the real thing. But just look for the Josh Highcliff video. You'll find it, or use the link that I put in the chat. Whatever the creature is, it doesn't seem to be aware that it's being filmed, so that's why he can continue filming it until it finally realizes it. I think it might have caught a whiff of him and stood up just to be like, what the hell's going on? And that's when he went, nope, game over, I'm out. I guess if it was aggressive, it would have caught him, and we probably never would have seen this footage, but...
This wouldn't exist, yeah.
Yeah, this wouldn't be out there. This camera would still be lying in the bottom of the swamp somewhere. But I don't know. I think it's great footage. I think it's very interesting. Again, the biggest sell for me was the body mechanics, because I was like, who the hell pulls like this? And to make wood snap. I'm not saying I'm a weak guy. I think I'm pretty strong, but I couldn't pop apart a tree like that. That's amazing to me, especially from a squatting position. So,
I mean, even for some rotted trees, though, it's still hard to break those apart. I mean,
well, sure. I mean, it's obviously a tree that's got some decay going on. So that's what I think is the interest for this creature, is it's probably finding termites or grubs in there, and it's just having a primate snack. It makes sense to me. It'd be a perfect place for foraging for food, and a lot of protein. So,
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of logic for it to be doing this, and it's pretty amazing that he just happened to be there to catch it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And that's going to kind of be the show tonight. So that's kind of the Cryptid Corner, was the High Cliff video. So I kind of amalgamated them both together into this. But I hope that leaves you with a good taste, like you felt that was good evidence. If you weren't familiar with that, now you know the Josh Highcliffe video. He's got his own channel on YouTube. Go check it out. And you can see that it's not like he's done Bigfoot research ever. He just happened to be in that area.
Yeah.
So.
Amazing capture.
Yeah, it really is 1 in a million. Kind of like the Patterson Gimlin. Oh, you're welcome, Weird Traveler. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So, Sheldon, what do you got?
Well, guys,
we got the static URL.
I got it. Yes.
Yes.
We got paranormalportal.net. First off, the home base of Paranormal Portal. We can always stay up to date on when new episodes are coming out from the podcast, when Dad's going live, or if you have an amazing story to share, your very own Interview Me button right there, right on the page. As well as, we got the static URL here for discord.gg/paranormalportal right in the chat, where you can come spend time and talk with everyone in the community with all the amazing discussions that we all have there, as well as the question of the week, which Dad will be going over through tomorrow, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think Chucky's going to be joining me too, I think.
Oh, Chucky might be there as well to go over the question of the week. There's still time to answer, guys. We've got a few in there so far, but there's still time to get your responses in there.
Yes, indeed. Chucky, we got the static URL now, so you can just do the Paranormal Portal. I reboosted the server. I dug deep. I did it for you guys. I did it for all of us, because it's easier than finding those arbitrary little codes that have a shelf life. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Hope you guys had a good time. Thank you all for joining us, and I will be back tomorrow night for another show. I think Chucky, you're going to join me, right? He says, yes, I am. Okay. All right. Chucky's going to be my co-host tomorrow night, and we'll dig into it tomorrow all over again from the very beginning. New stuff, though. We won't just cover the same stuff.
Yes.
So that's all I got for you. Thank you to all you guys over on Rumble, Big D, Justin, Dog Digger, Car Juice, and I'm over there. And I didn't see Barbara tonight. I hope she's okay. And thank you to all of you guys on YouTube that are hanging out with us. Thank you to the new people that decided to come in and give it a shot. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and maybe you'll keep coming back. We do the best we can to keep you guys entertained. So all your love and support is so appreciated. Remember, look for the hype. I don't know how to use it yet. It's a brand new concept to me, but again, Owl found it and pointed it out to me again. And so if you can hype up the videos that you guys see, I would really appreciate that. That'll help YouTube.
Where is this feature?
I'm not quite sure, actually. I did get a release from YouTube about it, but I didn't read it in depth, and now it came up from Owl. I don't think it's on full release yet. It's being released in phases around.
Test.
Yeah, I think it's like a beta test, but I think it's a great option because it's double tough to get noticed on YouTube, especially as a smaller creator. So it's tough to get people to know that you're out here doing what we're doing. So if you guys can help and do that, I would really, really appreciate it. So that's about all we got time for now. So I'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope you'll join me then. Until then, remember, we love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. Dave Scott should be on with Spaced Out Radio. So head over there right after this and go to Spaced Out Radio on YouTube and go watch the magic yourself in person. Tell them B. Arthur sent you. All right, guys. Love you. We'll see you next time. Good night.